Welcome to Audacity Works, a podcast inspired by and dedicated to the working artist, the creative entrepreneur, and generally, doing the damn thing. This exists on the premise that the world belongs to those who have the audacity to believe that their lives have value. This is for you. Welcome to Audacity Works. I am your host, Rachel Strickland, and this is episode number 152, and it is about paid platforms and if they're worth it. This is a request from my friend Kim. Thank you, Kim. Excellent question. I'm going to get into it. But first, some tiny updates. I've had company since Thursday. I'm recording this on Monday, September 22nd. My uncle, my dad's brother, has come to visit us, and they haven't seen each other in a decade. And they look exactly alike. Like, I have a spare dad now. We have a carbon copy if, we ever lose dad at the mall or something, which is not outside the realm of possibilities because dad has mild cognitive impairment and his short-term memory is quite poor. But as you may or may not know, dad lives with us. He has a tiny camper that he prefers and lives on our property, and we take care of him. He's pretty independent. He drives. He goes to the grocery store. He walks his dog all the time. But it's been really lovely to see him have someone to talk to who's his brother. And his brother was like his hero growing up. And I gotta tell you, I was worried because I don't know this man. I hadn't seen him in 20 years, not since I was in college. And I'm like, what if he's a maggot? Like, what am I going to do with this giant MAGA man in my house? Luckily, he's not. He's so intelligent. He is so very progressive and fair. And we talked at length about abortion rights and lots of other things. And I've enjoyed his company, and I've especially enjoyed Dad having someone to talk to. And I gotta tell you, it is so cute to see two 70-plus-year-old men riding around on a four-wheeler. The cutest. So we're going into Charleston today, going to show Mike the Angel Oak. They already went to the International African American Museum, which is a must-see in Charleston. Very beautiful. And he wants to see some more, historically super relevant sites around Charleston today. So after I record this, we're going into town, and we'll take that journey all together. There is no shortage of historically relevant places in Charleston, and pretty much all of them have a very dark origin story, and a story that is very important to be told outright and truthfully. And as the tides, especially in the United States, are turning towards encouraging people not to tell dark stories truthfully and outright, we must insist on telling the truth. Switching gears here, there are still 10 places left for me and Kristina Nekyia's retreat, Aerial Serpent. That's going to be in January 10th through the 17th at Sweet Retreats in Mexico. I'm fucking stoked about this offering and just combining our weird esoteric expertise and balling it up into a retreat experience, and also being able to welcome people who are on any apparatus, including the floor, to come and learn how to train forever and to create forever. And I'm just fucking really excited. And I wanted to let you know there's plenty of room left. We also have one place reserved, full scholarship, for an artist from and living in and working in Mexico. So if you are a Mexican artist and you want to come to the retreat, the application process does not demand much of anything from you, just some basic information. And that's all available. So come play in Mexico with me. We'll make tit soup in the pool, which is clothing optional, an option that I frequently take. All right, let's get on to the swing of things. Kim's question about paid platforms, particularly job posting sites that are behind a paywall. Are they worth it or are they bullshit? Let's talk about it. My own lived experience here is pretty limited. I am on Gig Salad, and I used to pay for the premium membership. Now, if you've been on Gig Salad for any length of time, you'll know that it's generally a race to the bottom. Like, if someone's on there looking for the cheapest option, they're going to find someone cheaper than you. And you should not be a budget option. So it tends to be a lot of leads that go nowhere, which is fine. However, I have gotten 2 clients from Gig Salad. Once when it was free. I don't pay for the premium version anymore, but I did get a lead that panned out beautifully. Like, they were more than happy to give me whatever I had asked for, which was very reasonable, and it was a professional rate. And that was worth it for me. And it was the free version. When I had the paid version, I did get one client that found me through Gig Salad and worked with them annually for like 3 or 4 years. And I upped the price every year. And it started out already a very good price. They loved my work. They liked working with me. We would come put a rig up over their fancy pants pool, and it was a fundraiser. And that's how I learned that fundraisers do not necessarily mean you need to give a discount, okay? This is also the same in nonprofits. Now, some nonprofits are very much like, we are on a shoestring budget, and I get that. And some nonprofits, the people who work there make multiple 6 figures. I know because my uncle was one of them. So never assume just because someone is a nonprofit that you need to give them a discount. And if you do, then 10 to 15% is plenty to discount. Plenty. All right, kind of went off on a tangent there, but I'm glad that I said all those things. I'll say them again. I'm quite sure. So for that reason, I'm of the opinion that a paid platform like Gig Salad, where when you do have the premium version, it makes you a lot more visible. I'm not sure what else is the point. It makes you more visible, and therefore you can and will get more leads. And for me, just that one client was worth it. It many, many more times paid, that was an awkward sentence. It paid for itself many times over. 1, because I know how to charge, and 2, because I landed a wonderful client that respected the art and was happy to compensate me in whatever manner I requested. She would also always send me home with like flower arrangements from the tables. Such a classy touch. Love that. Now, when it comes to platforms like Gig Salad, it is not casting agents generally that are looking for artists. It's like Uncle Schmo who wants entertainment for his Halloween party. It's ordinary people. And generally, ordinary people, when they find someone they like working with, they want to work with them again, and they'll think of you next time. And for that reason, it can be worth it. Now, I imagine, I didn't ask, but I imagine that Kim was asking this question based more on different kinds of job posting sites. Things like Circus Talk. Now, Circus Talk is rebranded as StageLync. I didn't hear anything about that. I just knew when I went to look for Circus Talk, it took me straight to StageLync.com. And I've contributed to Circus Talk in the past. I wasn't compensated. I gave like a recorded lesson or two. I don't I don't remember what I did. I just know that I am technically a contributor to Circus Talk. I hope it helps someone. It didn't do anything for me. But I also didn't really expect it to. Now, to my knowledge, I don't personally know anyone whose life has been changed by having a paid membership on StageLync that used to be Circus Talk. That doesn't mean that it's not true. It just means I don't know about it. Now, it took me some searching, and I finally found how much it was like hard. It was hard to find out how much it costs to be a premium. But I found it eventually, and it's $8 a month. Now, my official stance, excuse me, is that for $8 a month, that's worth the price of an experiment. And if you wanted to experiment with it, I would commit to 6 months and put your effort and your focus onto it. And if it didn't work, I should say 18 months, but I'm not saying that. 18 months is when you can expect a real return on focusing and putting concerted effort into like a social media presence or an online business. That's 18 months of concerted effort. You should see growth there. On a paid platform like this, I would expect it sooner. Now, if this cost like $50 a month, I'd be like, no. Especially in an industry that is not known for being lucrative. So are they bullshit? I don't know. They could be. They could be bullshit. Or they could not. Like, it's really individualized. You know, maybe it will work for you. Maybe you will find a client or an employer and have a life-changing opportunity. I don't know. But for $8 a month, it's worth an experiment. Now, the one that I do have lived experience with, which is Gig Salad, very different from StageLync, right? Gig Salad is Uncle Schmo looking for someone to perform at a party. StageLync is circus professionals and recruiters, which have a much higher price point, by the way, looking for talent. Now, on their home site, it says 60 plus new jobs weekly. Okay? 60 jobs weekly. It's a lot of jobs. It's international, so from 193 countries. Over 37,000 members. So you do the math on that. But I would reckon that out of those 37,000 members, maybe 25% of those are active. And 60 jobs a week for whatever 25% of 37,000 is. Yeah, math. And then there are platforms like Circus Guide Entertainment Industry, which if you look at it is basically a way to like create an online promo kit so that you can just share a link. There are other ways to do that. It's called creating your own fucking website, and you can do it for free. And then you can just share the link, and it can look however you want. Like, you don't have to pay for... Oh, actually, I don't even know if that is a paid option. Hold, please. Anyway, I couldn't really find anything otherwise. I'm sure that it works. I mean, it must work for some people because there's a lot of people on here. So I don't know. The only thing to do is to experiment. But under no circumstances are you to sign a non-compete or an exclusive contract with someone unless they are offering you a wonderful, wonderful, life-changing living wage. Now, I apologize if I sound, jaded, but I am. But truthfully, I think there is a lot of value in experimenting with different ways of finding opportunities and getting work, and not to put all of your hopes and dreams into one platform that was... These platforms are not built to make your dreams come true. These platforms are built to make money. They're built to make money. And we mustn't lose sight of that. They can be used in that manner. They can be used to find work. They can be used to find life-changing opportunities, but that's not why they were made. It's a hoped outcome. But, the people that made it and that run it, they need to be compensated for their labor too. I'm not saying they don't deserve to be compensated. I'm just saying keep reality in your mind. I'm not tuned in enough with the world of very high caliber casting agents. I don't have like 10 of those on my Rolodex, or else I would ask them. I'm not so keyed in to that side of the industry to know if they're even looking at sites like this to find talent. My guess is that they wouldn't be, because they would have an audition system of their own. But you never know. Like, it could work. I don't know. There is something cool that I found on StageLync, which was they have affiliates. They're affiliated with a lot of different organizations like ACE, and I now can't find that page anywhere. The website is not super intuitive. That's not true. It's not intuitive, and some of it just doesn't work. So I was not able to find that list of like, if you're involved in any of these agencies, contact us about special pricing. So if you can find it, find it if you're interested. I can't find it again after I saw it once. But it is cool that, like, I respect that they're offering those sort of like affiliate experiences. And some of the organizations, I did recognize them, and a lot of them are upstanding. I will also say that a paid platform to find job postings, it's worth an experiment. No job platform can guarantee you a place. And no job platform, no matter how sparkly it appears, can make you a fit for something you're not a good fit for. And we are not the people that make that choice. All you can do is put your best shit up. Well, first, make your best shit. Then put your best shit up. Make your work and put your work forward. That is literally your only job as a working artist. And I would try many avenues especially if you're in the market and you're like, I don't care where in the world I go. I don't care what kind of job I get. I just want to be on stage as much as possible. Then go forth and find all those things. But if you have more parameters around what you find acceptable, it's going to greatly narrow the things that are a good fit for you. And ultimately, like, that's the more important question. Not what you're a good fit for, but what's a good fit for you? What do you want? And as always, be talking to your people. Be polling your Instagram friends. Poll everybody. Like, learn from each other. Let's not reinvent the wheel. All those Facebook groups that you're in that you never do anything with, ask them. You might get a good answer, other than me talking for 20 minutes and saying, I don't know. It's possible. Okay, my friends, I'm looking at the time. Thank you so much for sitting with me as we are turning into autumn now, and I know a lot of people are sad that summer is over. This summer has been kind of fucking, bye. I love summer. I will miss the heat, but bye. Don't let the screen door hit you in the ass on the way out. If you have requests for future episodes, you can reach me always on Instagram at Rachel Strickland Creative or on Patreon at Rachel Strickland Creative. And this is where I gotta love on my patrons. Thank you so much for trusting me, for standing by me, and for believing in me. You make so much possible for my life, and I'm forever grateful. Every day I feel grateful for you. Every single day. Thank you. Until next time, my friends, go forth and experiment. And don't go back to sleep.